So to see both Max and Yuki still perform in the face of their technical issues is a really good sign, because it's easy to look at the face of this and say that this was a bad race for Red Bull, which it was. But if you actually look down at the details and say we had a good driver performance despite technical issues outside of their control, what happens when we're actually able to fix those issues? If we can make sure that the light doesn't go out at the pit stop again, that we don't have an issue where we're taking a tire off and it gets stuck, and we can fix some of these issues in the car itself that we're seeing the drivers complain about. When you look at their classification of both of them finishing in the points, Yuki doing so for the first time in a really long time for that second driver seat, if we fix those issues, how much better do those drivers perform? And do we finally have the driver lineup that we need, that if we had a car that was performing at the level that a Red Bull used to be, this driver lineup would be outperforming a different one? And I think we may be seeing that proof there. We are seeing Yuki really quickly adapt to this car. We're seeing Max be able to pull performance out of a car that he shouldn't be able to. And we saw both of them finish in the points despite the fact that they just actively got stuck in their pit stops and that the car is not performing at the rate that either of them would like to see. All of that being said, imagine if they are getting better machinery and they actually are able to upgrade that. Because it's easy to look at the season so far and say McLaren is so dominant and they are going to win this season. But it's important to remember that we are only 4 races into a 24-round season. And at this point last season, we thought Red Bull was in the exact same position that we're talking about McLaren being in. And we know how that turned out. McLaren brought these upgrades and continually upgraded the car, and around Miami last year is where we start to see the tide shift. So it is very possible that we see a change in Red Bull's car and we see the drivers that they now have focus in and be able to compete. I would not write either of them off yet. I wouldn't write Red Bull as a team off yet. And I would remember that a Formula One season is a very long one.